Hello and welcome to Sinterwan's Corner. And today I thought I'd do a little live. I thought I'd hang out with you guys as I sort of like record a video on here. So you see me do it behind the scenes, but also there'll be a video later of me actually painting or weathering up WAXER and Boyle. So I thought it'd just be a case of just getting these two up to scratch so they go onto the shelf. Pretty good compared to the others that we've had before, and it'll be a bit nicer. I seem to keep crashing out, but can't see anything going on in the background. But hello guys, hope you're doing well. Tom and Phase 2, hope you're doing all right, you guys. So yeah, I just thought I customize these. Obviously they come from Aliexpress. They're very glossy. So they don't really fit with the rest of the other clone tubers that we've got on the shelf, like Cody and the others as well. So we're just going to give them a temporary, well, not a temporary, but a quick weathering kind of thing. So we get them up to date. So yeah, I'm going to record. So I need to start this up first. Right, so yeah, it's just hang out. You want to ask questions? I've been away for a little while. Just kind of sort of been concentrating on myself rather than the channel, which is a bit of a downside. Like once you want to do one thing, you can't do the other. So it is hard. Sometimes it feels like another job. But lo and behold, I thought, oh, that's why I do some lives to get a little bit more content for you guys and also get some content for future videos as well. So I'm just going to take the guns off of these two here. And because they're quite glossy, I always find like the paints and all that just kind of fall off it. If you're going to do a black wash on there, they kind of fall off as well. So ideally, it's best to use a Tamira sort of like flat coat, which is this one here. I think it was TS80 on here. They're just like a spray can kind of things. You know, we just need to spray them down. It kind of makes them a little bit more duller, and the paint will stick to them a lot better. Be in a well ventilated room as well. So, it was your birthday Monday. Nice. What did you get? What was your main figure? What was your main figure you got for your birthday? So just a couple of quick coats over these. Gas myself out. I've got all the windows open in here, so don't worry too much about me. I've still got a little 3.75 over here. My little Rex. I just had a dive off the shelf. Nothing new there. This doesn't take too long to dry. It takes about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or something like that, but nothing too bad. We just turn these over quick while the front is sort of drying. Just like coats as well, you don't want to do too much, otherwise it makes your figures sticky. And always make sure you've got a good, otherwise if it goes a little bit tacky, which is not very nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's just just give them a little quick matte coat. I would do a comparison. Maybe I'll I'll put the light on or something because it's glaring quite a bit. But I kind of wanted to upgrade these guys, but they got the wrong armor, so I want to sort of order another. Oh, I can't remember now. The ARF Trooper, because they have the right armor, so I can get an extra one there, and then one of these I can head swap over, and they got the right armor and etc. like that. So yeah, it's just got the wrong markings on the phase 2 WAXER and Boyle, to be honest with you. Main figure was probably a really nice Kashyyyk Trooper. Nice. Very nice. Is that a typical Kashyyyk, or was it the sort of like the Scouter Recon kind of type ones, like the Biker Scout? So it's quite glary, that light out there, isn't it? As soon as I put these there, they're kind of like so far. No, it's still glary. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the light on. Ooh. God, it's still glary. Look at that. Look at it go. But when you put that coat on, that matte spray, it gives it's like a chalky feel. Just feels a little bit chalky over the actual figure itself, compared to this sort of soft, shiny. So it actually just gives off a nice sort of like matte coating on there. Let's try and find another stand, because then we move that light out the way, because it's just literally so glary. Unless I turn that light off. Let's have a look. Right, there we go. Hopefully, you might be able to see now. So there we go. Got too much light. But so this one's quite glossy, and now this one's more matte. So just putting that spray over. It's already dried as well, so that's how quick that spray is. And then it's already to begin painting on there. Can't really see on those things. Let's do my head. I've got so many wires around. Let's take. God, we get into the show in a minute, but here's me not doing a live for a long time. All right, let's put you on a different stand. Let's put you on that. And then I can bring this light here. Oh, God. All right, there we go. There we go. Right. So I'm hoping you guys can see that a little bit better now. So this is quite chalky now. You can just see like the chalkiness of it. When this one's got a little more of the sort of gloss. So it's just a lot easier to just paint down on it. We don't have to add any extra paintwork on these, which is quite nice. The only thing that is a bit annoying about these is like the mold of the helmet. It's always sort of slightly a little bit elonged down this side. And even if you put hot water on stuff on there, it's just not symmetrical with the original sort of mold, which is annoying. Right. So I need to get my flat black. Hello, Logan. You're right. It was the Biker Scout type one's nice. They still got to do one of those in Black Series, haven't they? I've got a couple of Daredevils and Indiana Jones comics. Not a massive comic collector, but I do occasionally buy some if they ask. Yeah, and sometimes it's the covers and stuff that helps it sell, isn't it? And stuff like that. Who's this knob? Even mate, do you do one coat or two, or multiple? Depends. I mean, I could put one coat down, normally as a base coat, and then if I paint on it, then I do another coat and it kind of sandwiches it inside, so it's not going to come rubbing off. Although it doesn't really matter because it's weathering, and put it onto that, it's not going to be too bad if you don't do it another coat. Microsoft Advisor, so I can spray. Howdy, Commander Cook. How are you? How you doing? And everyone's saying hello. So yeah, so just a easy bit of weathering. It's entirely up to you how you weather, to be honest, as well. There's a lot of people that I feel like over weather, or there's kind of like under weathering, which I used to do originally when I first started customizing. I used to like under weather because I didn't like really damaging like the paintwork. I liked them still to be quite clean. And there's a lot of others out there that would do the edging and stuff, which is really cool, but it's not really my type of weathering. So I like a little bit of shadowing underneath, like the areas of the armor that coincides with the dirt. So it's like shadow and dirt at the same time. So we just do some of those. Typical what I use is flat black. When it's running out, I just fill it up with water, and then that becomes my sort of like my wash. There's a thing in there where you got black wash, which you can completely dice your figure completely in the thing and wipe it off. But I kind of like dry brushing, so I'll get the paint on the brush and then take it off as much as possible, and then just build it up from there. So now I've been working on any customs, bought anything lately. I haven't really bought anything lately. Everything that I've got, I've had about a month. So I got the fourth sister. I've been playing with her for about a month before I even done the review, but she's a really good figure. And the Street Fighter ones, what else did I get? Oh, Black Widow as well. She's a really good figure. Not as great as I thought she would be, though, compared to what a lot of people have been saying about her. So then I just use like a tea towel or a bit of tissue, whatever you want to do. So with the black wash, so it's a little bit of Tamira paint was left in here, filled it with water, and then I'll get it all on the paintbrush like so. And then I just dab it off until all the excess is gone. And then you can just put it onto the actual figure itself, just underneath, sort of like, so I'll work it up where the shadows will be. So I go underneath the armor parts, underneath the arch. So it's kind of dirt, but it's also shadowing of the actual trooper. It just brings out that kind of realistic sort of type of it as well. Made a custom Mando, and it will be officially revealing tomorrow. Though I showed it Discord earlier. Nice, very nice. Is it an actual your own style Mando, or is it a sort of one that's sort of like based on the or one that we've seen on the show? Paintbrush is filthy. Ahsoka, yes. I won't go too much into details. Normally I do it with Callum on our show, but yeah, I'm really liking it. I think it's probably one of the better Star Wars that's come out for a long, long time. I thought today's episode though was a little bit of a mirth fest, considering we've got like one more to go. But we know how it's going to end because obviously, you know, films and stuff have been confirmed. But yeah, it's not too bad. Like, I'm enjoying it. I just hope they kind of wrap it up and it's not left too much of a cliffhanger, so it's kind of like self-contained, if that makes sense. But I'm enjoying it. Definitely a lot of the things that have been happening in it. Oh, nice. Is it based on anything? Well, so what happens, right? Where are we at? Look forward to the concluding. It's supposed to be like a background random Mando from the covert. Cool. Looking forward to the concluding film of Mando, Ahsoka, and whatnot. Yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm hoping though that I don't know. I mean, is that too much of a fan sort of service of like having the original sort of like Luke, Han, Leia, Chewie, and all the others as well involved? Do you think? I mean, because I would love to see like just sort of like some film that's got them digitalized into their younger selves. I mean, they've done Han Solo in Harrison, Indiana Jones, and Luke, which looks superb. And they kind of done a bit of Carrie Fisher as well in the past. like I would watch a film, like just a film with those in it. But I'm kind of hoping that they sort of like turn up as well a little bit. I'll post some pics on Instagram either tomorrow, Friday. Cool. I look forward to it. Send us tag me in it so I can see it. Be viewing Mando on YouTube phase. Did you get Star Killer? No, I didn't. For 110. Well, I mean, £111. It's just a lot of money just for like that one figure, because obviously I've already got Stormtroopers down here, which is quite cool to have extra Stormtroopers. But Stormtroopers at the moment you can get for love and money because they're in the Return Jedi packaging. They're going to be coming out in the archive packaging as well later on down the line. And obviously the Jada Trooper you can still get about. But I know it just sort of like, was it like 2 years ago? We got the Battle of Endor kind of thing, which had Han, Luke, and Leia, and Pablo the Ewok as well, plus a speeder bike for about the same amount of money. And even then, I thought it was a lot of money. Will be a reveal as it was. It will be in my 100 subscriber video. You got 100 subscribers now. Nice one, mate. Very nice. Yeah, I keep meaning to do anniversary sort of like videos as well, but it's hard to fit in sometimes. That film will definitely be on the watch list ever made. Might take a mate. Unlucky for that guy. I'll wait for a single release instead of doing Plane Trooper. I wish this Commander new body. Yeah, 100%. That would have been a sort of more of a buy for me if the troopers and stuff were just, I don't know. Yeah, as you said, like used even if it was one commando, just to put in there. But hopefully they might do that a bit later date and make it kind of like, like they've concentrated a lot on Jedi Fallen, haven't they? It's just a lot of reuse of battle droids and scout troopers galore. So hopefully they will start doing that with Force Unleashed. I've been so busy, so hard to make on. It is. I struggle at the moment. I really struggle to make content. One for which every single video is a price of a figure. Especially when you're doing a review, it's quite hard. And then obviously like spending time doing a custom, but painting it and recording it all at the same time. It's a lot of input, and then thinking of new content. As a YouTuber, you're your own content provider, host, or content creator. Do you know what I mean? You're advertiser, you're everything in one. And if you kind of lose motivation in one, you go with the other. At one point, I was doing quite well, but yeah, once I just didn't bother for a week, you just see it just keep dropping down. So I was just like, I'll let it go down. I'm looking for a Legacy Era 30th anniversary era Star Killer. Hopefully they will release with lower value, but I no doubt. Yeah, because I did some old ones, didn't they, of Star Killer years ago. Anyway, so this is what Boyle, I think. This is what Boyle looks like so far. So I just try and I don't want to get the light to like blind it, but I want to get it so it highlights it. So this is what he looks at the moment. So we've sort of shadowed off his sort of areas around. I normally do like a line down here to emphasize the sort of like the curvature of the armor at the bottom there. So we've got all the extra little bits down here, little bits of paintwork and stuff, and sort of highlight the depths of the helmets as well. So if I try and get it a bit in there. It's just these lights are so glary. We do a little bit more on the back here, actually. I mean, and we're back. I have no idea what's going on there. Okay, so where are we at? Motivation for a couple months. Yeah, I completely lost motivation as well. But it's hard to get it back. But when it's a little bit quiet at times with Star Wars and stuff, it's sort of like, it just makes us a little bit like, can't be bothered. But sometimes I feel like you might do a custom one time and it just sort of like brings it all back, and you can't wait to make another custom and then order a few other sort of things. And that's what I sort of dip into other toy lines just to keep myself sort of like active. Are you going to make any Halloween troopers? Yeah, I mean, they haven't done anything for Halloween this year, did they? I mean, they did the Chewbacca last year and the other troop. I can't believe that's almost a year since they've done that Skull Trooper and stuff. But yeah, it potentially. I've got another Arc Trooper down there that I could probably make a custom, or I've got two more custom Mandos that I could do as well. So, potentially down the line, I could do something like that for Halloween. I was actually thinking of Remembrance Sunday again, because then that Spitfire one out. So, all right, so this guy's pretty much sort of there. We're just going to go over and quickly add on to boil. Pretty much the same. I might make him a little bit more dirtier, but not to this step. It looks like he's come from a different barrel. Right, so there we go. Just both kind of a little bit weathered up. You can see like I've done the shadowing and stuff underneath them. Just at every single high res, a bit around on there. So get rid of the paintwork. Chung Li. Yeah, I'm actually, well, I've done the review. She will be probably out tomorrow, I think, once I put it all together. Well, it is kind of together. I just need to edit it more thoroughly. So I thought I'd do this tonight. But yeah, the Chung Li, I think for me, I actually think it's a contender for figure of the year. I might say so myself. Steve, do you still play Fortnite? I do. I do pop on there. Got the Ahsoka skin, which is good. All right, so what I use next is a Gundam marker. These are good little sort of things for doing panel work and other little bits as well. You can always use a paintbrush. I did use a paintbrush before, but I'm more of an artist with a pen than I am a paintbrush. And it annoys me when I might oversplat, because sometimes paintbrushes can be a little bit random. Sometimes they might just do the mark properly. Other times they might be just on point. But at least with this little marker, I can mark little black scoring lines over the body as if like a bit of debris like hit it and it's splattered off, or maybe like a blast mark or something like that. And sometimes it's nice to sort of emphasize the sort of like shadowing that we've done as well across the actual body. What paint do you? So I use Tamira. I always use Tamira, to be honest with you. I just find it just easier to work with, and I find it easier as well to get that, which is the main thing, and it's cheap. I know a lot of people use Citadel or something like that, but for me, I just find that the paints are just a little bit too much for what they are compared to Tamira, and Tamira for me gets the job done. I have used in the past, when I first started, was using these little Tamira weather kits, basically like eyeshadow. So I used to like build up with the sand and put a bit of carbon scoring if they were in Kashyyyk. I'd use that on this one. I'd do that, which is fine. But the thing is, like when I'm doing sort of toy photography, if I put sort of like sandy color on there, like they've been in Geonosis, which is what I used to do. So I think like, oh yeah, WAXER and Boyle, they used to be on Ryloth, so it was like yellow sand and orange sand. But the thing is, then they're stuck to their environment. So if I take them out, sort of doing toy photography, they've always got sand and stuff on them. So I just generally keep it just sort of like an off black, a bit like a grey kind of sort of type there. Catch you later, Tom. Take care. So catch up. I keep forgetting that I'm recording a video over this side, so I keep putting it away. Also, the Gundam ones cost nowadays. Sorry for bombarding you with questions off the bat. I'm just curious. These ones, I think it's you get two. I think. Or am I thinking of them? The chrome pens, under £10 anyway. Maybe about £9, £8 or something for that. But you get a lot out of it for it. So I'm sure it's that. I can't remember if it comes with two types though. If there's like I've got two sets. I don't think I have. But I can't remember that it came in a 2-pack. I'm in the US and they cost around $3 to $5. Yeah, I think the only place really you can get them is probably on Amazon or somewhere like that. I think I got mine $3.99. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm thinking of like the chrome pens as well. They were about £8, £10, and you get the thick and the thin sort of ones. Steve, when you're using a marker, do you draw on and leave it, or do you draw in and wipe or wet to get a distressed look? Both. Does that answer your question? Well, that's nice. I'm not from the US, and prices are much higher here in my country, but it's only $5. So that should be right. Yeah, I don't think they're too expensive, to be honest with you. Just sort of weigh up, just sort of like check your sort of like local model shop if you got it. But yeah, Amazon's always a good place to go. All right, so we're just going to do boil. Just going to put on some lines on this one. It's funny because I used to get these little black marks as well when I used to do my stormtrooping, but it was actually from holding the gun because it was painted black. So you sort of walk and then scrape your gun along your sort of belly. So you would actually get all these sort of like natural black marks all over the white of your armor. Thing is, as well, is not to do it too much, otherwise it'll look quite cartoony. Right, so I'm just going to spray them and put them down. So I don't know if they can pop up now, but so this is pretty much as they are now. So you can see I've done the shadowing underneath. Just highlighted it. I don't know if they pop up, but they got little black dots. You probably can just see it on this one on this side. It's just got little black dots to coincide with the shadowing and stuff as well. Just sort of all over the body. And obviously just bringing in one of the others, so you can see the body, how it originally started. So, yeah, just gives it that kind of off look, a bit more sort of weathered, a bit more battle damaged. And, yeah, not looking too bad, if I do say so myself. So I'm just going to put these down, give them a little spray. No, I'm joking. We've got him. Dun, dun, dun. You don't get a lot of hobby shops here in my country, so it will have to be from Amazon. Yeah, that's fair enough. But at least Amazon don't really charge arm and a leg on those sort of things. Normally it's the figures and stuff that they charge on. They don't seem to be as like a bargain place anymore. I've always just find them sort of like really quite expensive for shopping for figures and stuff. How many Ahsoka episodes are you seen so far? I have seen 7. 7 Ahsoka. I'm up to date. But don't say anything because there's people here that haven't watched it yet. It's a bit too early as it only come out today. So probably do a live with Callum very soon to talk about it. Rex's live action helmet design. From Rex helmet brow to be painted over. We know it's a custom. I'm guessing rules are meant to be. Yeah, and also he wears his armor back to front as well. So, what can we do? Rex's first appearance, and he's got reversed bicep armor, and his elbows are adjacent to him, which is a shame. I'm waiting for my parents to get back from their trip to watch it with my dad. Nice. Very nice. It is good. What would you say? Would you rate it your best Star Wars series so far? What was? Well, let's put in the chat then for everyone that's watching. What is your favorite Star Wars series so far? Since Bandai is reissuing some of their Clone Trooper model kits, are you interested in picking up any of them? I'm going to say no. The only reason being is that I felt like the Bandai model kits were better than the Phase 1 mold of Hasbro, but now Hasbro have produced the newer mold of the Clone Troopers. I think they're better than the Bandai kits. If that makes sense. So the Bandai kits used to be a lot better than the Hasbro produced figures, but now it's sort of progressed, and now the Bandai kits look a little bit a bit strange looking, in my opinion. I just feel like the proportions are slightly off. I think I like Mando, but Ahsoka close second. But I do think Ahsoka episode 5 is the best episode yet. Yeah. Ahsoka for sure. The last Mando was good, but I feel it was a bit slow on previous seasons. I think it would be a hard call to the best episode yet. Season 5 Ahsoka. It got me. You know, it's like, oh my god, this is so cool. But then episode 8 of season 2 Mando, Yeah, you know, those emotions with Luke Skywalker coming back. I don't know. I think personally for me, uh, as much as I really enjoyed episode 5, I think it would be episode 8 of season 2 Mandalorian. It's just the music, the anticipation of Luke, just everything about that episode. It just got in the feels. Like it just whacked me in the face. It's just a shame. I wish they go back and edit it and give the Book of Boba Fett treatment to Luke and redo the face for that episode, because when you look back at it, it's not great. So go back and sort that out. As for Jason Sinjera, live action design has one change. His eyes colours are brown. Lucasfilm have and did again like Saw Gerrera. They know where the Force can change Jason's eyes colours, only darks. Well, the thing is, it's like Harry Potter. I think sometimes when it's kids involved, they probably get the right kid, and unfortunately, eyes are different, and sometimes kids are not partial to wearing contact lenses and stuff like that. So I think Harry Potter was supposed to have green eyes, wasn't he? And he only had brown eyes because he couldn't wear contact lenses. I'll give you that. I still think the Bandai kit still cut a better silhouette than the Hasbro Clone Troopers, although I can reassure you that the kits don't feel as good as Hasbro. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they're just not the robust. I only have one Bandai. Well, I have a few Bandai kits, but I have the droids that I buy quite a few times. But then I just buy the knockoffs now. But I did get the Biker Scout kit because at the time when I started collecting, it was really hard to get the bike. So I got the Bandai kit, and it come with the Biker Scout. And it's a bit like those, is it Revotech or RevTech? I just don't like those disjointed arms and bits like that. I like it to be like a solid figure. So which Bandai unfortunately sort of fallen that way. In my mind, saying Lucasfilm is obsessed with characters with blue eyes they curate sort of needs to stop. Well, is that a campaign to stop about blue eyes? I mean, are they going to stop? Go, oh, you're perfect for the role, but you got blue eyes. So sorry, mate, we're quite prejudiced to blue eyes. But I think blue is as common as brown, isn't it? Or I think brown is more common than blue, but I don't think eyes. You don't really get green eyes anymore. Not like sort of deep green eyes, do you? So yeah, you know, you can't help people's eyeballs. But at least Ahsoka, she wears contact lenses, and Ezra, he wears the contact lenses, even though they look a bit weird. And Hera, I mean, her eyeballs are massive. Like those contact lenses are huge. I wonder if it changes the color of what they see. I don't know. Probably not. Huge strides in recent time in making their figures both super articulate and nice looking. Yeah, I watch. I watched the Foosh, but I can't remember who else I watched as well. And they sometimes review those figures. I think it is. Is it Revotech? Are they the ones that normally look quite? They got armor and stuff all over them. It is those ones, isn't it? Where the arms look quite disjointed. You know, so when you lift up an arm, you've got a massive like, ball joint underneath there and stuff. I'm sure it's that make. Speaking of droid kits, I saw the new mold for R2D2 in person today. Much larger than Hasbro's original take, much closer to the right size like the kits. Nice. I was kind of hoping that there'll be the right size. I'm still waiting for someone to review and do a side-by-side comparison. I mean, because if they do, then I'll be all up for sort of like buying the Hasbro ones that come out, especially if they re-release a lot of the normal ones. you know, especially like the Imperial sort of like R2 droid and stuff like that, I'll be kind of to get. And hopefully they might release a loads of others as well. Yeah, it's Robotech and amazing. I'm going to murder that if I say that. Yamaguchi, if you feel like it. Yeah, they're just SH Figure Arts. Yeah, sort of another one. I mean, I get the idea and I get the design and stuff of it. I'm not a Hasbro fanboy, you know, as much as, even though I do collect, but they just have the brands that I like. But where I come from, the 80s, and I like a solid action figure. When I get sort of like those, like the Bandai or SH Figure Art figures and stuff like that, I just don't feel like they feel robust for like twisting and bending it and making them sort of work like that. I just feel like it's like I just like a figure that can be dropped, if that makes sense. Well, Harry Potter is books on this show doesn't mean they need to some accurate, except that Star Wars Legends form is the best example. Legends attempts. They are super fragile. Yeah, that's the thing. I just don't like flimsy figures, and that's a bit like that biker scout up there. Like when I move it and it pops off and the hand pops off, and even though Hasbro do that as well, they just feel a little bit more solid than those sort of ones. But then saying that, you know, these Street Fighter figures, I mean, I might even make a whole episode just dedicated to them, but they're fantastic figures. And this is like from an upcoming sort of like brand, you know. Jada only make like die cast stuff, but these are fantastic. Definitely give Hasbro a run for their money. They've definitely done their research as well. Fantastic jobs. Yeah, back in the day they were bulletproof. SH isn't that bad at exposed, not at all like Robotech and Figma. Where pits have massive balls in them. Yeah. I don't know though, because the new Spider-Mans that come out, I think they were SH Figure Arts. These giant, enormous like ball joint things, covers that go around by their crutch, just looked quite crazy. Cover and comic arts, it's hard to bring in legend character to appear in live action. It's hard. Yeah, but at least they're attempting to bring some old legends into canon now, which is nice. You know, but it depends how far you go with Star Wars of bringing those legends ones in. I mean, you got that massive Sith guy that's got like a skull mask and stuff on there. But if they bring one character in from Legends, from the books or the comic series, I would love to see Darth Talon. That'd be a great one to see. SH Figure Goku the other day, and as soon as I turn the head 90 degrees, the neck snaps. So I'm waiting for Bandai to get back to me with a replacement. Oh dear, I've seen quite a few people get those ones, and it's the ankles that keep snapping. I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan at all, to be honest with you, but especially when they bring it into Fortnite. But yeah, but I could see the appeal. I could see the appeal of like the action figures and stuff, because, you know, especially like the Street Fighter ones as well, just putting them into sort of like just a stupid little pose like that makes them look dramatic. I mean, if you got like, I don't know. I mean, I look at this old Sabine here, and she's literally just like so rigid. You can't even bend the arms in. You can't even twist them, and you know, it's just so static. You know, when you compare it to this Chun-Li and what you can do with her to this, yeah, it's amazing. So I'm hoping the new Sabine, I haven't even got those yet, that's coming out. I'm hoping to have Black Kazantan very soon. So I'll get paid tomorrow, so I might have a look at getting some new figs. I was thinking of getting some of the knockoff SH Street Fighter figures just to get my hands on Chun-Li. And I want to see how it would look on the Jedi figure. Okay. I mean, I've not seen what they kind of look. I know like a lot of people say it's the face and the eyes, but actually, well, I will stop touching the figures because my hands are covered in black paint. But I actually think the face of Chung-Li is really good. I actually think it's probably the best. I feel like Fei Long, you just kind of like there's no definition. His eyes are just sort of painted on the face. But Chung-Li, I think she's great. Where she's got her mouth open, it's actually like, I don't want to say, but you know, her mouth is physically open. You can see the teeth and everything in there as well. So I think, you know, I think it's really, really good. Really good. After watching Lawn Master's Thrall video, I wonder if someone actually ending in Thrall canon, if one of the Night Sisters will realise Thrall betrayed Night Sisters and eliminate him. We don't know. We go along those routes. I think before he got found out about the Night Sisters, I'm sure he would just get them eliminated quite easily, to be honest with you. It's figuring out who have these massive spheres in the elbow pits and has such. Okay. In Legends, Thrawn was defeated by his servant for destroying his people. Oh. Well, I think it's that. I mean, his whole different perspective, I think, is very different to the books. I'm not saying the face is bad, far from it. Like Kit Bash stuff, you know. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, the only thing is sometimes you get the knockoff figure art. So just even though they kind of look similar, it's like the paintwork always slightly off. I did get the years ago. So I mean, bootlegs have come a long way from there. But I got the SH figure arts Jedi Knight Luke, and yeah, I tried to like it, but it was just awful. It was just really, really bad. It's just like his hair was like gold, and it's just no, it just wasn't good. Not good at all. But yeah, I can't wait for the next season of these Street Fighters. I got the Ryu as well. I got the Fei Long, got the Chung-Li. So I'm waiting for Ken. That'd be a great one. He's always been my favorite Ken. So yeah, it will be pretty cool. Right, how long we've been on? Just over an hour. We'll give another 5 minutes. So if anyone's got any questions, give us a heads up, and then if not, we'll call it a night. The biggest issue I found in knockoff SH8 is that all the joints are loose to the point the figure can never stand or to this but point. Yeah. Well, there might be a way around doing that by using like clear nail varnish over the joints and stuff to toughen it up. But well, I suppose it's a bootleg, so I guess like just adding something to it would help. But yeah, it's always a bit harder bootlegs, isn't it? I mean, it was like the Spider-Man. I had the Spider-Man bootleg somewhere. I don't know what happened to him, but normally the bootlegs for the Hasbro ones are normally really good. But yeah, he was super loose, really loose. Couldn't even pose him, and as soon as you posed him, he just like crunched down, like you know, little Spider-Man was giving up on life. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was kind of thinking that today. I was actually talking to someone, and I was kind of the way I was kind of sort of like saying it. Wouldn't it be cool after they've done this franchise of the Ultra Street Fighter, so they get all 13 warriors out, that the next one that they do, they'll kind of go into like lightning collection for Power Rangers, that you'll get like one Power Ranger from this era and a Power Ranger from this era. So, you know, next you might get Ryu from Street Fighter Alpha, but then you might get, I don't know, another character from Street Fighter 3, and they slowly bring them out, you know, and then it'd be like 4 figures a wave or something, and then you just got different eras of different characters, and you know, you slowly build up the collection over time or something like that. Generally, the only articulated I can figure out is this upcoming Storm collectibles. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I mean, Darkstalkers. I mean, what else? There was that other one as well, with the big lion with the massive sword and stuff. It would be cool. I can't remember what Capcom one that is, but you know, even Star Gladiator and stuff like that as well from other Capcom fighters. Oh yeah, Star Gladiator. Some of those characters are amazing. If the joint size, you could spray it with the lacquer, or would that be strong enough? I think it will be okay until you sort of, you know, you have to really get inside it. So I think something like a clear nail varnish, which is a lot thicker, it will be better. But I would say probably disassemble the figure and then reassemble the figure. Just want to say thanks. Your playing vids gave me the inspiration to get moved in with my own figure projects. Even got me to start uploading my own vids. Keep it up, man. Cheers, man. That's much appreciated, and I'm glad that it's inspired you, because I was inspired by loads on YouTube to do this as well. And it's just a nice way to like vlog your journey as well. I mean, I look back at some of my old clones, and I just think, like, with what I've learned over the years of doing it, you know, they would look 10 times better, but they got that little nostalgia to me of painting them. And I feel sad to get rid of the original Waxer and Boyle, but I probably will paint those into the 501st kind of range. But no, honestly, man, like, thanks to you. You're the ones that have been watching me. So it's right back at you, to be honest with you. So thank you. Otherwise, if you guys didn't watch, I wouldn't be here now. So, well, I would be here. It's not like I would top myself because no one's watching me, but you know what I mean. But yeah, what we're doing then, we'll call it off here. And oh no, we won't. We'll go back. June from Jana. So there's first wants to finish Street Fighter and Mega Man. The IPs that interest before moving into sales. I think. I mean, Mega Man's been quite delayed, isn't it? I mean, I would have thought that they would have been released roughly at the same time. I know Street Fighter got delayed a little bit because they was going to come out with peg holes, and then they've gone back and resculpted so they haven't got peg holes anymore, which delayed the Street Fighter releases. But the Mega Man, it's been delayed for quite a while. But yeah, I don't know. I hope they'll finish Street Fighter, but then I think Mega Man will carry on because there's loads of characters out, isn't there? Right, so thank you all so much. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be doing this a little bit more often, to be honest. I want to update all the clones that I've got behind me. So I'll just, every time that I'm going to paint them up, to weather them up, we'll just do a live, and then the video will be out a little bit later on, and it'll just be a quick sort of like a viewing type thing as well. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys, and I'm still about. You'll see more of me hopefully in the next coming weeks, and this is a lot easier to, rather than customizing and editing and reviewing and stuff like that. So thank you all so much. Don't forget, you can comment down below, you can subscribe, ding the bell, follow me on Instagram, and join the channel for 99p or 99 cents from wherever you're from. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.